Hello, I'm Johnny, and today's topic is the Warriors' home court advantage, as the series is tied 2-2. Cavaliers' Donovan Mitchell goes cold. The Knicks are one step away from an upset. Let's get started.
No vest.
First, let's look at the news about Victor Oladipo, who was injured in yesterday's game against the Bucks. His season ends prematurely, which undoubtedly impacts the team, especially with Tyler Herro also injured. However, I think the injury affects Oladipo himself even more. A former All-Defensive Second Team, All-NBA Third Team, and Most Improved Player Award winner, he has only played around 30 to 40 games in recent seasons. Additionally, he's now 31 years old, so it's tough for him to secure a lucrative contract. The good news is that he has a $9 million player option for next season, so he won't have to worry about work for now. However, after this contract expires, his career may face significant challenges. Before we move on to the next topic, please give our video a thumbs up. Your support is our biggest motivation to keep creating content. Thank you. Also, I apologize for my hoarse voice today as I'm not feeling well. Now, let's discuss the Knicks vs Cavaliers game. The Knicks won at home, defeating the Cavaliers 102-93. With this victory, the fifth-seeded Knicks are now one step away from an upset. Cavaliers star Donovan Mitchell had a rough game, making only 5 of 18 shots, scoring just 11 points, and committing 6 turnovers. Let's take a look at his performance today. When he attempted to drive to the basket, he was called for an offensive foul. In another instance, he tried a difficult shot against Josh Hart's defense but missed. Again, facing Hart, he took another challenging shot and still couldn't score. In the fourth quarter, he committed a turnover against Hart. From these plays, it's evident that Mitchell was in poor form today, and the Knicks defense did an excellent job on him. After the game, Mitchell admitted to the media, "I played terribly today. My teammates trusted me, and they did their jobs, but I didn't." Was Mitchell's statement accurate? Darius Garland scored 23 points and dished out 10 assists, while Jarrett Allen, Evan Mobley, and Karis LeVert all contributed more than 10 points each. Considering the Knicks only scored 102 points, Mitchell is right. Had he made fewer mistakes and improved his shooting percentage, the Cavaliers could have won the game. The bigger concern is Mitchell's performance in this series. Apart from scoring 38 points in the first game, he hasn't scored more than 23 points in the other 3 games. Averaging just 22 points and a 30% three-point shooting percentage, his performance in Game 5 will be crucial if the Cavaliers want to extend the series. The reason is simple: the Cavaliers' scoring is concentrated in their backcourt duo, and neither Jarrett Allen nor Evan Mobley primarily focus on scoring in the front court. If either Garland or Mitchell goes cold, the offense can easily stall. For the Knicks, Jalen Brunson scored 29 points and dished out 6 assists in the game, including 5 three-pointers. His three-pointer in the closing moments of the fourth quarter helped secure the victory. R.J. Barrett also contributed 26 points. Although Julius Randle didn't play in the fourth quarter, Isaiah Hartenstein and Obi Toppin stepped up, helping the team secure an important win. The Cavaliers still have a chance to turn the series around, but in my opinion, the Knicks could pull off an upset. Donovan Mitchell's performance this year has been less than ideal, and the team relies too much on its backcourt duo. Strengthening the frontcourt scoring ability is a problem for the coaching staff and management to consider. Speaking of being on the verge of winning, the Celtics defeated the Hawks 129-121 on the road today, also putting them in a winning position. In the game, both Jays scored 31 points and performed well in crucial moments. Jason Tatum hit a three-pointer in the final stretch of the fourth quarter, helping the team achieve a 12-point lead. Then, Tatum, double-teamed, passed the ball to a cutting Robert Williams III, who passed it to Jaylen Brown for another three-pointer. It was a beautiful play. Despite DeJounte Murray hitting a late three-pointer, the Hawks found themselves on the brink of elimination. In reality, there's a significant skill gap between the two teams in this matchup, so it's not surprising that the Celtics are close to winning. The player to watch on the Hawks is John Collins, who scored just 5 points on 1 of 9 shooting in this game. He's only averaging 7 points per game in the series, with a field goal percentage of 32%. Why is he worth mentioning? Because the 6'9" player is earning around $25 million, making him a prime target for blame. Whether he stays with the Hawks next season remains uncertain, as he's dissatisfied with his role on the court, particularly in terms of ball distribution. After all, the Hawks are also a backcourt-oriented team. In this game, their star player Trae Young scored 35 points and dished out 15 assists, while DeJounte Murray added 23 points. As for the Celtics, 6 players scored in double figures. Malcolm Brogdon, the best sixth man, contributed 14 points off the bench, while Robert Williams III had a double-double with 13 points and 15 rebounds. As long as this team stays healthy, with injuries to Giannis Antetokounmpo and Joel Embiid, they have a great chance in the Eastern Conference. Now let's turn our attention to the Warriors vs. Kings game. Draymond Green, who was suspended in the last game, came off the bench in this one. Although the Kings led by 4 points at halftime, 69-65, the Warriors went on a 37-23 run in the third quarter. This included a three-pointer by Klay Thompson near the end of the quarter, which gave the home team a 10-point lead going into the fourth. The Kings managed to close the gap several times in the final quarter, but they couldn't take the lead. After Andrew Wiggins scored a two-pointer, the Warriors still led by 5 points. It seemed like the game should have been secure, but Stephen Curry made a blunder by calling a timeout when the team had none left. This not only allowed Malik Monk to score a free throw but also gave possession back to the Kings. De'Aaron Fox then hit a three-pointer, bringing the score difference to just 1 point. Fortunately, former Warrior Harrison Barnes missed his last shot, allowing the home team to secure a victory and tie the series at 2-2. Regarding the Warriors, the Splash Brothers combined for 80 points, which was key to the team's victory. However, I want to focus on Andrew Wiggins and Draymond Green, whose defensive performances were outstanding. This includes Wiggins' block on De'Aaron Fox in the final moments of the fourth quarter, as well as Green's overall defensive effort, both of which were crucial to the win. So the Warriors had a strong offensive showing and excellent defense, and although Curry made a small mistake, the team still managed to defend their home court successfully. As for the Kings, they lost the game but actually played quite well. De'Aaron Fox scored 38 points, and Keegan Murray, who had struggled in the previous 3 games, contributed 23 points. Everyone knows that it's tough to play against the Warriors at their home court, but the young Kings players surely gave the Warriors fans a scare. The good news is that the series is heading back to the Kings' home court, so let's see if these young players can handle the pressure. Finally, let's look at the Nuggets vs. Timberwolves game. Although Nikola Jokic scored 43 points, the Timberwolves narrowly defeated the Nuggets 114-108 in overtime. So if the Nuggets want to advance, they'll have to wait a little longer. For the Timberwolves, although the highest scoring player was Anthony Edwards with 34 points, we should pay attention to the young Nickeil Alexander-Walker. He hit 2 consecutive three-pointers in overtime, which helped the team take the lead. His increased playing time was due to Jaden McDaniels' injury. In fact, Alexander-Walker is also a very good defensive player. Additionally, Anthony Edwards made a crucial three-pointer in the final moments of the game, where he first shook Aaron Gordon with a beautiful move. The Timberwolves have several young players to look forward to, including backup center Naz Reid. In this game, not only did Karl Anthony Towns, KAT, have foul trouble in the first quarter, but he also fouled out in overtime. Fortunately, the team still had Rudy Gobert, who scored 14 points and grabbed 15 rebounds. Veteran Mike Conley also contributed 19 points. This team has a lot of depth, and fans should remember that 2 key players, Jaden McDaniels and Naz Reid, are currently injured. In my opinion, the Timberwolves' Twin Towers aren't that bad, but the team needs to identify their core players this season to avoid spending too much time on adjustments next season. As for the Nuggets, I wouldn't be too worried, but figuring out how to limit Anthony Edwards will be a small issue. He has scored over 30 points in 3 consecutive games. In other words, if the Nuggets want to end the series quickly, defending against Anthony Edwards will be a problem for the head coach to consider. However, I don't think Nuggets fans need to worry too much. Frankly, sweeping an opponent has never been an easy task.